Ever scroll through a marketplace and wonder how some sellers just, seem to get all the attention, consistently boosting sales, getting seen, and often it feels like they're doing it without throwing tons of money at ads. It's a common frustration, right? Well, good news. Today we're doing a deep dive into exactly that. How to use organic social media strategies to really grow your marketplace sales. We've got some great source material here, really practical stuff, actionable advice, no ad spend needed, and honestly, some surprising angles too.
Yeah, and what's really compelling, I think, is how these methods signal a bigger shift. It's it's less about just buying eyeballs, and more about earning that real engagement,
Yeah.
building something sustainable.
Exactly, sustainable growth. It's about building a community, isn't it? People who actually connect with what you're offering.
Precisely.
Okay, so our mission for this deep dive is pretty clear. We're going to unpack the best, uh, most data-backed advice from this source material. The goal is to give you a clear roadmap, really, to turn that social media hustle into actual, tangible sales results. Ready to dig in?
Let's do it.
All right, kicking us off, the source immediately points to something powerful: posting customer stories and product demos. Seems simple enough, but what did the source say makes this so effective, especially for marketplace sellers? Any specific numbers or nuances?
Right. So it taps straight into social proof,
Right.
big time. And the source actually quantified this. They found customer stories, especially if they use like user-generated video content, can boost conversion rates by, get this, 30 to 40%.
Wow, 30–40% compared to just brand stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Compared to purely brand-created content. Because, authenticity builds trust. It's just more credible.
Uh-huh.
And for product demos, the key thing highlighted was it's not just showing what it is. It's the how and the why. The best demos their research showed followed a kind of problem-solution transformation story arc.
Ah, the narrative structure.
Exactly. And that structure was shown to bump up perceived value by up to 25%.
25% just from framing it right.
Right. Because it focuses on the actual benefit, the impact it has on the user.
Okay, that's a huge difference. So you build that trust, show the value,
Yeah.
then you need reach, right? The source pivots then to using platform features, specifically using trending audio for short reels. We see these everywhere. How does jumping on a trend actually help algorithmically?
Well, the source explains that platforms, your TikToks, your Instagrams, they actively push content using their trending features. It signals that users are engaging with the platform's own ecosystem, keeps people watching longer.
Makes sense. They want people staying on the app.
Precisely. And they found that using a track, say, in the top 50 trending audios for your specific niche, can give you an immediate boost in initial reach, maybe 15–20% right off the bat, compared to just generic background music.
Interesting. So it pushes you into new discovery feeds.
Yeah, it gets you in front of people who probably wouldn't have found you otherwise.
Yeah.
The key thing, though, the source warned, is making sure the audio is relevant. Don't just force a trend if it doesn't fit. That can actually hurt engagement.
Right. Authenticity again. Don't be cringe just for the algorithm.
Exactly.
Okay, so amplify trust with smart platform use. Now, this next point was a real eye-opener for me in the source: partnering with micro-influencers. I always kind of assumed bigger reach equals bigger impact. But the data here suggests something else. Why are they so effective for marketplace sales?
Yeah, it really flips that conventional wisdom, doesn't it? The source points out that micro-influencers, we're talking like 5,000 to 50,000 followers, usually they often have engagement rates that are way higher, maybe 2–3 times higher than the mega influencers.
Okay, higher engagement, sure, but sales.
Right, but specifically for marketplace sales,
Right.
the conversion rate from their recommendations, it can be up to 5 times higher.
5 times. Why?
Because their audience sees them more like trusted friends or niche experts, not just some celebrity paid to hawk a product.
So the recommendation feels more genuine, less like an ad.
Totally. And the source also gives some good pointers on finding the right ones. It's not just about follower count. You need to look at their audience demographics, the quality of their engagement, and does their content style genuinely align with your product?
That really reframes how you should approach influencer marketing if direct sales are the goal. Okay, moving on. The source brought up a really smart, efficient use of content, using it for customer service, specifically answering FAQs through content. Seems like a great way to add value and maybe cut down on repetitive questions.
Oh, it's brilliant, both for efficiency and for building trust. The source suggested that if you proactively address your top, say, 5 to 10 FAQs through dedicated content, like short videos, carousels, maybe infographics, you could cut down your inbound customer service messages by like up to 30%.
30% reduction in support tickets. That's significant for operations.
Absolutely. But it also does something else crucial. It shortens the sales cycle. It helps potential buyers get past common hurdles before they even need to ask. It positions you as helpful, knowledgeable, builds authority fast.
Like creating a myth versus fact or how to choose guide.
Exactly. Things that tackle those pre-purchase anxieties head on.
Love that. Okay, so we've covered preempting questions, building trust, but what about capturing immediate interest, real-time action? The source talks about timing, emphasizing going live during peak hours. It feels very immediate, but what are the specific conversion advantages? Is it just reach?
It's more than just reach, although that helps. Live sessions offer this unique chance for immediate connection. The source found that lives during those peak audience times often get like 2 to 4 times higher viewer retention.
Wow, people stick around longer.
Yeah. And importantly, significantly higher direct-to-sale conversions compared to just static posts. And it's not just luck. The platforms themselves push live content to users who are already active, giving you prime visibility.
And you can interact directly, right?
Instantly. You can answer questions right away, run quick polls, demo the product in real time, even drop a direct link to buy right there in the stream. That immediate back and forth helps overcome objections on the spot, builds rapport. It definitely encourages that impulse buy.
Makes sense. Real-time interaction closing the deal.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all these tactics sound great, powerful stuff, but they kind of fall flat without the final piece, right? The source stresses adding strong CTAs, calls to action in your bio and post. Seems obvious, but what makes a CTA strong according to the source? What really works for driving marketplace sales?
Yeah, this is where, honestly, a lot of sellers drop the ball. A strong CTA isn't just slapping shop now everywhere. The source says they need to be benefit-driven. They need urgency.
Yeah.
And they need to be super clear.
Benefit-driven, like what's in it for them?
Exactly. So instead of just link in bio, maybe something like discover your perfect match link in bio. Or grab yours before it's gone. Limited stock,
Yeah.
The best ones they track, the ones that really worked, increased click-through rates by up to 50%.
50% higher clicks, just from wording.
Yeah, when they were woven naturally into the content and clearly stated the user's potential gain, or maybe tapped into a little FOMO fear of missing out. Placement is key too. Make sure they're easy to find, not just buried in the bio, but in video captions, story stickers, even mentioned during lives.
Right, make it easy for people to take that next step.
Yeah.
Okay, so bringing all these pieces together, the source material kind of circles back to these core ideas. Social media thrives on value and consistency. Keep showing up and your sales will follow. It really does seem to boil down to those two things, value and consistency.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
And the source frames consistency not just as posting often, but as reliably delivering value. Brands that consistently put out content that educates, entertains, or solves problems, not just sells. They reported seeing something like a 2.5x increase in repeat customers over just 6 months.
2.5 times more repeat buyers. That's huge for lifetime value.
It is. And it underlines that this isn't about quick hacks. It's nurturing an audience, building real trust, creating loyalty over the long haul.
Yeah.
Organic growth is definitely a marathon, not a sprint. And consistent value is the fuel.
Okay, so let's quickly recap. If you want to boost those marketplace sales without the ad spend, focus on compelling customer stories, those user videos, and demos that solve problems.
And leverage trending audio smartly in short reels for reach.
Right. Partner with those high-converting micro-influencers. Use content to answer FAQs proactively, cutting down support and objections.
Go live when your audience is actually online for that real-time engagement.
And always guide them with a strong, clear, benefit-driven call to action. Make it obvious what to do next.
Exactly. And remember, these tactics aren't just isolated tricks for one-off sales. It's really about building a whole ecosystem, a loyal customer base where people feel connected, and that connection drives sustainable long-term growth. Your customers end up becoming your best advocates.
Couldn't have said it better. And the foundation for it all, like the source hammered home, is consistent value. Keep showing up, keep being genuinely helpful or interesting, and those sales, they will follow. Which leaves us with a pretty important question to think about, doesn't it? In this digital world that seems increasingly flooded with paid ads, how can creating truly consistent, genuinely valuable organic content become your most powerful, most enduring competitive advantage? Something to chew on.